Hi you guys, so I'm here to do my 36-week update, and I actually did this a couple nights ago, but I just didn't like it as I was sitting there editing it. It was just long and it was weird and the flow was weird, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna redo it. So I've kind of been basically MIA this last week, and I know I was doing a lot better with trying to post like at least twice a week, and then I went like all week without posting anything. Reason being, one, Grayson has been not really sick, but he has 2 teeth coming in, and they're still working on coming in, and it's been like 3 weeks by now. But for about 2 weeks straight, he would have like a low-grade fever and like some loose stool going on, like on and off for like 2 weeks straight. It was affecting his mood. He was crabby. Yeah, he was keeping me preoccupied. He was not feeling well. So we really didn't do anything. Also, I'm getting to that point in my pregnancy where I'm really feeling it. I feel huge. I'm tired of just being fat and looking fat and not being able to wear like the clothes that I want to wear, and not being able to like bend down to pick stuff up. Literally, like, I'm not necessarily winded, but I'm like just like stepping into like my like sweatpants and stuff. I have to like step in weird because my belly is literally in the way. I'm just so over pregnancy. I will admit it. I don't see pregnancy as a beautiful thing. I don't love it. I'm getting anxious about labor and delivery. I'm terrified of having to do that again just because of how it went with Grayson. I was thinking that he was going to come early. I was thinking that from the time I was like 20 weeks, I was thinking that this baby was going to be earlier than Grayson was. And now that I'm 36 weeks, I don't see it happening. Even though I've been feeling different and I've been having like little signs here and there, I think I'm gonna go overdue and I'm gonna have to be induced again. We did have something exciting happen this week though. I had to be taken to labor and delivery. Ty took us to the hospital at like 11 o'clock. I'm trying to think what night it was. It was the night of Game 5 of the NBA playoffs. If you're a basketball fan, then you know when that would have been. We stayed at home to watch the remainder of the game, and then we left. I'm a big Warriors fan, if you don't already know that. But it was more Ty that wanted to go, not me. I had been having contractions for 4 days straight. And they were extremely consistent, but I wasn't in any pain, and I was able to like walk and talk through them, but they weren't Braxton Hicks contractions. Like they didn't feel like that. They felt a lot different. They were extremely consistent. Except for like I would go to bed and they would stop. So that's why every night I was like, well, let me go lay down and see what happens. And I would lay down and I would fall asleep, and obviously nothing would happen. So the 4th night that I had been having the Braxton Hicks, maybe not Braxton Hicks, I don't know, contractions, Ty finally said, we're going to the hospital. He wanted me to get monitored, get checked out. The reason being, because when I was induced with Grayson, we got there the day to start the Pitocin, and she hooked me up to the monitor, and she was like, oh, well, you're already contracting on your own. And I like wasn't even aware of it. I had no idea. And I've always seen from like other vlogs that I watch, women when they're going into labor, they are in pain. They're having to like stop and breathe and not able to talk, not able to like keep walking. I wasn't experiencing any of that. Like I walked myself into the hospital to go be induced. I was in a perfect mood. I felt fine. And she told me that I was contracting on my own. So I didn't get the Pitocin right away, but I did get it a few hours later because I wasn't progressing very quickly. So that's why Ty said after 4 days of the contractions happening, he was like, that's it, we're gonna go to the hospital. I didn't really want to, but at that point we really wanted to see like what was going on, like why was I having such consistent contractions. And it ended up being nothing. They monitored me for about an hour and a half, and actually my contractions did kind of die down a little bit once we got there. They did check me, and I was not dilated, completely zero, completely nothing, no progress. So I had a doctor's appointment like 2 days later, and I thought at my 36-week checkup that I would be checked for dilation, but they didn't, and I'm assuming that was because I was just checked 2 days in advance, and they must have thought that they didn't need to. So we did have to go to labor and delivery this last week, and I'm nowhere. I have no progression, which really surprises me because I thought I would go early this time. I can't remember if I talked about this last week or in my last update. I think I might have, but I'm not positive. We did book his newborn pictures, which I'm super excited about. The photographer that's doing them is like amazing. Newborns and children are like her specialties. You know how photographers kind of have like main areas that they work, unless they do like everything. I feel like when I see like her Facebook news feed, it's mainly always like newborn babies and like milestone pictures. So it's kind of her specialty, and she's amazing. She's done pictures of Lauren and Grayson one other time, so we've worked with her before, and those pictures turned out really, really good. So I'm excited to see how these look. Okay, so let's get into my symptoms at 36 weeks. I am having Braxton Hicks contractions constantly. It's always happening, which I had kind of made that note before we had to even go to the hospital. So I've already talked about this a little bit, but if I'm not having like those timeable contractions like I was, I swear I'm having Braxton Hicks. And honestly, like, I drink a lot of water. Since I am a stay-at-home mom, I mean, I'm not forced to be like on my feet when I'm not wanting to. I'm able to kind of make my own schedule and my own routine. So I mean, if I'm ever feeling like I need to sit down and relax, I'm basically able to do that. Like I said, I don't think I get dehydrated or anything like that, so I don't know why I have such constant Braxton Hicks contractions, but I do. I have them like all the time. Several times a day. My next symptom is that I'm starting to be more out of breath, even just when I'm talking. If I'm like walking a lot, or if I'm busy around the house doing a lot, you know, chasing after Gray, cleaning, anything like that. Can you hear those sirens? We live by the fire station and the police station, so whenever they get sent out, we hear it. But yeah, I'm out of breath all the time, just like all the time. And I know it's because the baby is pressing against my lungs a little bit more, but I'm always out of breath, and I'm always having like heartburn and maybe possibly a little bit of acid reflux feeling. The reflux isn't terrible, but I am starting to have really bad heartburn. I didn't have heartburn with Grayson, but I have it like all the time now. And that's just another reason why I'm so over being pregnant. It's like these little symptoms that I have aren't like here and there. It's all day. I'm always out of breath. I'm always tired. I'm always having heartburn. I'm always having some type of contraction. It's just, I'm so over it. Next symptom, I just looked down at my phone and saw, which I can kind of throw this into like the all day thing, is that I'm having pretty bad back pain. But yeah, back pain, there's not a lot to talk about because I think you know what back pain is. I have back pain almost all day. All day. Sorry if this video is turning into complaining, but I feel like when you're 36 weeks pregnant and you could possibly give birth at any point, you're going to feel like complaining because you're just not going to feel that well. My next symptom that I have written down is just, I don't even know how to explain it. I just feel really weak a lot, and it'll kind of happen here and there where I'll start to feel like dizzy and lightheaded and like a little bit nauseous and just like really weak. And I don't know if that's just a normal part of the end of the 3rd trimester. I don't think I had that with Grayson. I don't remember like feeling so crappy, but I always feel weak. I always feel nauseous. I don't feel good. And like I said, I'm just ready to be done. I'm so over pregnancy. I'm just over like not feeling myself and not feeling like I'm like in control of my body. And also like just being fat. I just don't want to be fat anymore. I hate it. I hate not being able to wear like the clothes that I want to wear. I'm limited to like a few maternity outfits that I have because a few of my maternity shirts are literally too small at this point. Like, I'm outgrowing maternity clothes. Like, that's bad. That's so bad. I don't think I outgrew my maternity clothes when I was pregnant with Grayson. I will say I bought everything in a size small, which I probably should have bought a size medium just because when you're pregnant you're bigger. But I just thought since they were maternity that they would be bigger. But yeah, I'm outgrowing maternity clothes and I feel like that's bad. Last symptom is that I am starting to lose my mucus plug. Sorry if that's TMI, but this is a pregnancy update and this is the end of my 3rd trimester, so what can you do? I haven't lost like a lot of it to the point where I'm like freaked out, but I'm noticing that it's happening. I didn't go into labor naturally with Grayson, as you know, so a lot of this stuff I feel like a first time mom again because I've never experienced it. But I've heard that if you're not bleeding, it's nothing to worry about. So I haven't really been that concerned about it just because it's small amounts and it's quote unquote normal, I guess. Last but not least, I have a lot of like new cravings that I need to talk about. And so I'm going to do it like really quick because I can already tell that this video is getting to be as long as the other one was. My first craving has been strawberries. Like our entire family, except for Ty, we all eat so much fresh fruit, but we go through like, not the little tubs, but like the big jumbo containers of strawberries, probably like 2 a week. The next craving is lettuce salad with no dressing, just dry lettuce with sprinkled cheese on top. I don't know why, but I've eaten that as like my post-dinner like bedtime snack type meal because I eat dinner early with Grayson, so I kind of eat like a little snack before bed. I've been having literally like dry lettuce with sprinkled cheese on top, and that sounds bizarre. It doesn't sound very good, but that's what I've been craving. My last craving has been Pop-Tarts. I have been eating, oh, my leg's falling asleep. I've been eating the s'mores Pop-Tarts and the like chocolate fudge Pop-Tarts. I don't know if that's the right name, but that's just what I'm going to call them. It's something like that. And one night I was actually editing my last vlog that I put up, and I was eating a s'mores Pop-Tart, and I set the wrapper down on the coffee table when I was done. And I got on Snapchat and I was just scrolling through, and Brittany from Brittany and Baby, she had posted a snap of her computer. She was editing and she was holding a Pop-Tart in front of her computer and it said something about like Pop-Tarts while editing, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm literally eating a Pop-Tart while editing. So I screenshotted that and I took a picture of mine and I like tweeted it to her.